Good YouTube, Quinn Wade coming to you with that instant playoff basketball analysis on the Analysis Playground on YouTube, exclusively on there forever. And we're gonna talk about how those Lakers got blown out, 108 to 90. They didn't even score 100 points in this one. Thunder ended up winning the first quarter 31 to 26. They won the second quarter 30 to 27. They won the third quarter 23 to 19. They won the fourth quarter 24 to 18. And they get the win by 18. LeBron was the best performer for the Lakers. No surprise there. He had 27, had a really, really good game. Was able to get his own shot, was able to get to the basket, was able to play off the ball a little bit as well. He went 12 of 17 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3. He missed his only free throw, but this was a game where he was really, really letting things open up, letting things happen for him, and not really trying too hard or just doing too much. And you can say that's a good thing. You can say that's a bad thing. But LeBron likes to observe. He likes to figure things out early. He likes to see what they're trying to do, then go out and attack. And he really did step up in that fourth quarter. But it was a little bit too late, and his teammates really didn't do much enough on both ends anyway. And the Thunder were just making a lot of shots regardless. So he had 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 turnovers, and a steal, 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul, was a -6 and plus minus. A great game for him. Rui hit the jumper if you can. Try to score whenever you're open. 18 points in 37 minutes. He went 7 of 13 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3, and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He's just a really good fit player. Wherever he's at on the court, he's always going to be ready to knock down the shot or make a play, and that's what he's a plug-and-play player. 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 block. And he also had 1 personal foul and was a -21 and plus minus. DeAndre Ayton had a double-double. That's what you want from him. But he only played 27 minutes. He did have 4 personal fouls. Didn't do a good job of boxing out. Did get caught slipping a couple times, even in the paint. And then he had shot 5 of 11 from the field. No free throws in this one as well. 2 assists, 1 turnover. He did get a block, though. He had 4 offensive rebounds out of 11, which means he did make some things come his way. Other than that, he was a -4 and plus minus. Marcus Smart, 32 minutes. He had 12 points. He went 4 of 15 from the field. It looked like he was making a lot of shots if you watch the highlights, but if you watch the real game, he missed a lot of open ones. He missed a lot of shots because he was trying to create them, and it just didn't work out for him. If he made half his shots, it's a more competitive game, but it just didn't go that way. And then on top of that, he went 2 of 8 from 3. He's one of those guys where he can make them, he can get hot, but also he can miss a lot of them too. He never really been known as a shooter. He just became a guy that if you leave him open enough, he's going to take enough time to try to knock it down to the best of his ability. But he also went 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He had 4 rebounds. He was making good decisions out there with the 7 assists. That ended up being game high for the Lakers, and he had the ball in his hands a lot, and probably a lot more than you would probably like. And he was trying to score with mid ranges and stuff like that too, because you're going to be confident in it. If you get the ball in your hands, you're going to try to do some things, and it ended up going that way. But he only had 2 turnovers, and that's good considering how much he had the ball in his hands. And then he had 4 steals. You know, that's something that he's always going to try to do, is try to block you, try to stay in you, or try to strip you or play in the passing lanes, or do all of the above. He had 2 offensive rebounds, 3 personal fouls, and was a -10 and plus minus. Austin Reeves was terrible, scoring the ball as well. 36 minutes, he only had 8 points. He was the only starter to not score in double figures. And he was trying to go for the mid-range. He was trying to go for the spot-up threes, the shots that he usually take, and it just wasn't dropping today. And even when he created a little bit of space or separation, he got the legs up. He got the shot the way he wanted it to. It just wasn't dropping in this game. He went 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He had 5 rebounds. He had 6 assists. But it wasn't that great because he had 4 turnovers along with that, and then he had 1 block, 1 offensive rebound, 3 personal fouls, and was a -10 and plus minus. Jared Vanderbilt got banged up, but he did still score 2 points. His only miss was a 3, so he went 0 of 1 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He had 1 rebound, no turnovers, 1 personal foul, and was a -4 and plus minus. Jake LaRavia, 14 minutes. He ended up making his only 3, which was in the corner, but he also missed his only 2. So he finished 1 of 2 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3 with 1 rebound, 2 turnovers, a steal, and a block. No personal fouls, and a -9 and plus minus. Dalton Connect, 2 minutes. He missed his only shot. And he also had no turnovers, no personal foul, was a 0 and plus minus. Thero played 2 minutes. He didn't take any shots or free throws, so he went scoreless as well. With no turnovers, no personal foul, was a 0 and plus minus. Jackson Hayes did score in the paint. Then he went 1 to 3 from the field and 1 to 2 from the free throw line for 3 points in 16 minutes. He also had 6 rebounds, which was the most off the bench, with 1 assist and 3 turnovers. He also had 3 offensive rebounds, 2 personal fouls, and was a minus 12 and plus minus. And the person that scored the most off the bench was Luke Kennard, but he played 29 minutes, only gave you 7. He went 1 of 4 from the field, 1 of 3 from the 3-point line. He scored basically a lot of his points at the free throw line, where he went 4 of 4. I mean, you need more out of him, playmaking wise and scoring wise, and we haven't seen that in a couple games in a row now. He had 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, and a steal. 1 personal foul, was a minus 14 and plus minus. Nick Smith Jr., 2 minutes, he went scoreless. He had no turnovers. He had no personal foul, was a 0 and plus minus. Bronny James, 2 minutes, he went scoreless. He had no turnovers. He had no personal fouls and was a 0 and plus minus. And he had 1 assist. And then you look at the Oklahoma City Thunder, they played everybody besides Topic. Other than that, Hartenstein did a good job on the glass, but he had 8 points. The floater game was going, and the passing was nice. He made a high-low pass to Chet, I believe, in this one as well. He went 2 of 2 from the free throw line, had 9 rebounds, 4 assists, no turnovers, a steal, and a block. 2 offensive rebounds, 2 personal fouls, and was a plus 5. Set some screens, be physical, contest the shots in the paint, box out. Check, check, check for him. Chet Fetch Holmgren was doing the same, getting offensive rebounds, putbacks, getting threes, knocked down, setting screens, protecting the paint. 24 points was game high for the Thunder. He had shot 9 of 17 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, and had a double-double with 12 rebounds. He was the only guy on the team to get a double-double. He had 1 assist, 1 steal, and 3 blocks. 3 offensive rebounds, no personal foul on the plus 10 and plus minus. Shai's streak of getting 20 plus per game in the playoffs is over, as he only had 18. And he did miss some mid ranges. He did turn the ball over way more than he wanted to. A lot of them were just forced or rushed and unfocused turnovers, or just trying to be 2 steps ahead of the defense too much. And then some of his shots, he was trying to draw fouls instead of trying to make them. So he missed those, and one of them would have turned this into a 20 game if he would have actually ended up trying to make it, instead of doing try to get a foul and get an and one, or just get fouled in general. Sometimes he did go up and get some contact, but if they ain't calling it, it's a turnover or a missed shot. It can be that way, and it was that way tonight, but they still found a way to win. He went 8 of 15 from the field, misses only 3, went 2 of 3 from the free throw line. He did have 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 7 turnovers, and that ended up being the most on the team. He had 1 steal and 2 blocks as well. 1 personal foul was a plus 9 and plus minus. Dort played 28 minutes. He had 6 points. He ended up going 2 of 5 from 3. All his shots was threes. Shot good enough from there. He did have 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 turnovers. He had no blocks or steals, which is something you usually see him get, but not in this one. He had 1 personal foul, was a plus 2 and plus minus. A.J. Mitchell was really good, but he went 1 of 5 from 3, and a lot of them was wide open, and he couldn't make them. But he did drive to the basket real well, and he did have a nice little push shot, whatever you want to call them, floater, raindrop, teardrops. But he went 7 to 16 from the field and really kept attacking, a lot when he had the ball in his hands, and didn't settle a lot. He did have 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 turnover, 1 personal foul, and was a plus 14 and plus minus. Jalen Williams played 20 minutes. He had 3 points. He went 1 of 3 from the field. He finished 1 of 2 from 3. Had 7 rebounds, which was the most off the bench. Was a big, strong body. He also had 3 assists. Good dribble handoffs, good screen setting as well. 2 turnovers and a steal, 2 offensive rebounds, 3 personal fouls. It was a plus 11 to plus minus. Caruso made a nice 3 at the top of the key, missed the rest, but he also made a transition dunk. He went 2 of 5 from the field for 5 points. He had 2 rebounds, 2 assists, no turnovers, 1 personal foul, and was a plus 15 and plus minus. Kenrich Williams, 2 minutes for him. He didn't take any shots. He didn't do anything, but he also had no turnovers, no personal foul, was a 0 and plus minus. Isaiah Joe, 11 minutes. He had 9 points. He went 4 of 6 from the field, 1 of 3 from the 3-point line. He drove more. He didn't just settle for the 3. He actually tried to take other shots in this game, which was good. He had 1 rebound, 1 assist, no turnovers in the steal, no personal fouls in the plus 11 and plus minus. Aaron Wiggins played 5 minutes. He went 0-2 from the field. He had no turnovers, no personal foul, was a -2 and plus minus. Cason Wallace, 19 minutes. He had 5 points because he went 2 of 6 from the field and 1 of 3 from the 3-point line. I like what he was trying to do. You just hope he can make more shots in the next game because he filled up the stat sheet with 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, and a block. He has always been a do-it-all guy and a guy that's really good with his hands and good with his athleticism and good with his timing and patience. He had also 2 turnovers, though. 1 offensive rebound, 2 personal fouls, and a plus 11 and plus minus. And then Jared McCain, 15 minutes. He had 12 points. He went 4 of 7 from the field, 4 of 5 from 3. Kept getting good looks. And, he missed his layup. They went driving to the basket, but they ended up getting it as offensive rebound, putting it back in. And to be able to knock down threes, especially when you're coming off screens or just finding ways to get open, is always a tough thing when you're making them, too, for the other team to swallow that pill. And they had to. The Lakers did, and they didn't like it. They didn't want it, but it also helped them get beat by a whole lot in this one. 2 rebounds, 2 assists, no turnovers, 1 offensive rebound, 3 personal fouls, and a plus 4 and plus minus. 85 field goals for the Thunder. They shot 49%. 84 by the Lakers. They shot 42%. 33s taken by the Lakers. They shot 33%. Also, the Thunder shot 30 of them too, but they shot 43%. From 3, which was way better. And then 12 free throws taken by the Thunder. They shot 92%. The Lakers took 1 more, which was 13, but they shot 77%. Low free throw attempts for both teams, which is something that you don't really see in a lot of games, this small amount of free throws, but it happened tonight for these two. 44 rebounds by the Thunder, 40 for the Lakers, 29 assists for the Thunder, 26 for the Lakers, 14 turnovers for the Thunder, 17 for the Lakers. Both teams had 8 steals, 7 blocks for the Thunder, 4 for the Lakers, 9 offensive rebounds for the Thunder, 11 for the Lakers, 35 defensive rebounds for the Thunder, 29 for the Lakers, and then 14 personal fouls for the Thunder, 16 for the Lakers, and a butt whooping for the Thunder. They came out and had, a game that was a little hard to create separation. It seemed like the Lakers was getting what they wanted, and it was having a lot of success against this Thunder defense. And then the game just kept going on. Turnovers happened, blocks happened. Then the Thunder was able to score a lot more consistent, a lot more better than what the Lakers was able to do against them. And next thing you know, it became an open wound. And then they tried to close it. Never really happened. And they ended up getting blown out in this one. And I thought the Lakers was not good enough defensively, even though I liked it what they was doing at first. Then they just kept having collapses and breakdowns and miscommunications that let guys get open from 3 and then in the paint. And then they started doing some goofy stuff. And I feel like the Thunder, they really could have blown them out even more if they didn't have Shea turn the ball over all the times that he did and taking some goofy shots as well. And on top of that, they still blew them out anyway. And this was one of them games where it was like, if the Thunder played this bad again and the Lakers can't win, how is they going to win the game? If Luka comes back and get 50, they have a good chance. But that might not happen. And last time they was going against the Lakers with Luka before he got injured, they was getting blown out in that game. So the Thunder, they on another level. They got so many switchable guys. They got so much size. They got so much length. They got so much perimeter scoring and guys that can defend multiple guys throughout the game, off the bench, in the starting lineup. They're just tough, to beat 48 minutes of good basketball is what you're going to need. And like LeBron said it out of his mouth, we got to play near perfect basketball. Now y'all got to play a possible basketball. Y'all got to do all of those things and use LeBron as much as you can and just play superhuman. If you're not doing that, they're going to have trouble winning games in the series. And that's why I picked the Thunder to sweep, because games like this, the Thunder play really sloppy, really stupid sometimes, and they still won by 18. That's how good this team is. And that's why they swept the Suns. And I feel like the Lakers don't have too many advantages. They don't really have too many guys they can throw the rock to. They don't have too many guys that's a bucket. And if Austin Reeves going to struggle and Marcus Smart going to struggle, and they're not the greatest shot creators ever, especially against a Thunder team that have so many guys that they can put on them and make things more tougher and more difficult for them and make them really work for their shots, this is going to be an ugly series if Luka doesn't come back and get 35 plus a game. Even if he does that, will they be able to close out those games and win those games enough for them to win the series? If not, this series could be a 5 or a 4 game series, and it's mainly because the Thunder are just that much better. And that's it. That's all I can tell y'all at the end of the day, because it's true. Other than that, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell too to get the analysis when it first come out. Other than that, the people that still been subscribed, thanks for the love, thanks for the support, thanks for continuing coming back and holding me down for so many years. And if you're newer subscriber, thanks for checking out the channel and enjoying it. Other than that, y'all stay blessed up, y'all stay good, peace, and I'll see y'all later today with more analysis, or tomorrow, since this day not over yet, but it's late since it's only 2 games a day is different. But other than that, I'll be going to see y'all tomorrow if that's the case.